Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, July 30th, 2019. Today is the day we get Circuit 2s in the Pyanodons playthrough. Absolutely glorious day today. Do not forget, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you're so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/otakushowboat to give a follow and turn on notifications over on the stream to know when I go live and to take part. You can also follow me on Twitter at otakushowboat, see pictures of Kitty whenever I post them. My pretty Kitty Cole, who's sitting right next to me, trying to sleep, but I'm too busy petting him. And you can go to my website, otakushowboat.com, to read the weekly recap posts that I make regarding the stream and the statistics about the stream and my YouTube channel and all of that, too. Anyway. Just need to move the mic a little bit. I'm sitting incredibly comfortably right now. No important updates have happened yet. There is some word of there potentially being the next update to Factorio experimental today. I doubt it. It seems to be just hearsay at this point, but yeah, maybe there'll be an update today. We shall find out. So I have a .1 save here. The only real changes is that I've just walked to my car. That's the primary change. I've also gone into the mod settings and changed signals per tick to 10 on bottleneck, because I think bottleneck might be one of the contributing factors to the occasional performance hit, but maybe not. We'll find out shortly. So, what happened last time? Last time, I made cermets, finished making cermets. I expanded by creating diodes and microchips and transistors and beautiful inductor twos and beautiful capacitor twos. All that leaves today is the resistor twos. Now, how many resistor twos do I actually need? Let's go through this entire process, because this is the last thing before circuit 2s. Pretty certain circuit 2s are going to happen today. So, I'm just going to have a look to the side onto my notes and scroll all the way down to where I've listed what I need. So these are the resistor 2s. I need 3 per second. So that's 4 electronics factories. Wow, okay. I'm gonna need to pick up some stuff. 4 electronics factories, also apparently stone. Wait, really? Stone? Stone. There we go. Well, that's those. More iron, because I'm going to need even more. Because I'm also going to need 3 per second on the resistor 1s to feed this. We'll see what the actual ratio ends up being. This will also take boric acid. The resistor 1s, coke, glass, and tin. I need to bring the coke up. To get 3 per second here, oh gosh, it's 5! Wonderful. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's enough. So I need to bring up Coke. What else? What else needs to be brought up is the next question. This will be these, with one more. Do I do direct insertion? No, because it's 5 into 4, so that would make it a little bit difficult. Not really. That is exactly, perfectly 2 ratio on direct insertion. That is how that is done. Just have to wait for the rest of the thingies to craft. And then of course it will be the regular ba-bum, 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 and ba-bum. There's my output line that everything else will adjust to. Cermets and ferrochromium alloy. So ferrochromium alloy needs to be brought up, as well as the coke the rest of the way. I've sort of already done glass, but yeah, that will be just fine. So there's 2 inputs here. I have options on how I want to handle these inputs, because I could do this and be like, hey, convenience. Don't even need any of that. Now, looking at the speeds of things, yeah, single inserters should be fine for all of these. Just gonna wait on this last electronics factory, then we can head on down and think about how we're gonna feed things. So you need 3 in. Do I want to do a shared line? I can absolutely do a shared line with tin and glass. Tin and glass, because they're consumed equally. Long-handed inserters, I believe, are able to move a little bit over 2 items per second. Oh, I am off on my spacing here. That should be that. In terms of the actual building logistics, let's get some power going. Get in the car, get the glass and the tin up. Don't know how much more work I need to do to get the glass going up here. It is basically at the beginning of the lake. This has ended up being a long distance to travel now. Lots of landfill has been used for this. Oh, I need to grab more of my belt. Glorious, beautiful belt. Oh, hello. That is awkward. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Which lane is glass? Fourth? Yeah, that's not good. Take some of that, please. Pick up my contamination. Of course, so every time we'll do that. Car, please. Work with me here. Up we have gone. Want to buy vehicle belt immunity equipment. Oh, hello. I need more. More undergrounds. More of the underneathies, in the words of Catherine of Skye. Alright, now we've got to put down the landfill. And I may as well keep putting down the undergrounds. I will have to go and grab some more iron to make even more undergrounds, sadly. Because something tells me I don't quite have enough. The occasional performance hitches are not helping. Come on. Stop being taken for a ride, literally. Good. Then that probably just filled this whole thing in. Sure, why not? That's all those taken care of. Yes, kitty, you've got your arm on my arm of the chair. Okay, how far am I running this up? You're lane 3, you're lane 4. I need a mixed belt. Probably gonna just do it in that one. Although... thinking about the logistics of this, how things actually operate, and the sizings of the space requirements, I will do it this way. Oh, may as well just go out like so. Why do it this way? Because of needing this tile, one tile above. I didn't need to go 2 down, I could have just gone 1 down. I have the option, you can't do them side by side. You can't do it side by side because this, if I were to have my mixed line coming in on the bottom, I would be blocking without the use of a red underground, mind you. If I was strictly limiting only to yellow undergrounds, the line here, this would be one tile up, and it would interfere because the ferrochromium alloy is going to be from further to the left, further away, trying to come in. It would be a similar problem if trying to do the mixed belt on the top and trying to bring the ferrochromium alloy in on the bottom. Just by nature of the ferrochromium alloy being further away, it would have been blocked at that point by the initial splitters. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It would be blocked by this splitter. I would have had to, if I wanted to avoid that, change it so that it was on the inside and done more undergrounds over here to do a split off, but that changes how I usually do my split offs for that particular lane. So anyway, I've done it this way. I've just chosen to do it this way at this point. Oh, this isn't even the ferrochromium alloy. This is the coke. Never mind. Coke is also to the left, but point stands. You need different amounts of all of these two, so that's fine. So cermets, I can bring in. I can go ahead and bring cermets in now. Oh, right. I'll do it on this side, because that's convenient. Forgot about my boric acid. How much? Yeah, that's not a lot, actually. So, do remember that yesterday... Or was it the evening before? I don't know. But yesterday I brought up that there was an update to one of the Pyanodon's mods. And that update doubled the crafting speed of electrolyzers. They went from 0.5 crafting speed to 1 crafting speed, which was perhaps the most impactful change made in that update. Yeah, let's get the cermets in. Yeah. Where are my cermets? So I should have, by very definition of there being double the crafting speed now on electrolyzers, I should have a lot more potential for making boric acid and diborane from the single machine. I could actually expand diborane. It's not exactly a 1-to-1, I think. It's like a 4-to-1 with a little extra spare on the diborane. So yeah, it's a nice update to electrolyzers. It's a wonderful and beautiful thing. Alright, why did I get out of my car and start running upwards? I don't know. Cermets! Cermets are all the way here. Need to expand. Oh, it doesn't actually look like I need any more landfill over there. That's cool. And that is not the 4th line, so that's fine. This is not the 4th line. Is there like a 4th line anywhere that's not properly done? Most likely. Most likely, but I'm not going to be bothered by it. there, huh? I'll need a little bit of landfill. Not too bad. Over. Fill in these gaps on this shallow water. There's the cermets, so that just leaves the coke and the ferrochromium alloy. Let's go bring up some coke and grab some more belt, it looks like. So the coke will be a little interesting. Yes, that's how I'll word it. Interesting. Do I have a belt balancer? Or, yeah, a belt balancer that's a 4 to 8? That's throughput unlimited? That would be nice. Why 4 to 8? Because I've sort of spaced things and planned things out to have 4 coke belts coming in, even though I don't currently have 4 exactly. I have 3, but I need to get them to go north and south now. And currently they only go south. So I will need to split them to also go north. You there. Take all of this stuff that's been piling up as I've been making undergrounds. Actually, I'll keep the chromium. That is convenient. I'll keep the tinned cable too, because that is also somewhat convenient. Oh, Kitty's sleeping. Oh yeah, I turned smoke back on, because it didn't seem like it really mattered for the performance. There we go. Glorious belt. In the alternative, I can run my purely sustainable coke all the way up. That is an option. Yeah, sure. I've been thinking of transitioning to fully sustainable coke generation anyway. Coke and coal, which would completely eliminate the need for ore patches. So I'm going to run this belt. This belt is the sustainable version. It doesn't have a lot of throughput to it, but it's not 0, which at this point is all I really care about. eventually we'll come across the spot that I'm bringing the 3 coke lines in, and I can more easily show, yeah, here. So this junction would need to go from 4 to 8 evenly, and that's not a pretty junction. Hello. You are off by a lot. You are not conveniently placed, yet likely also required, so it shall stay for now. So what will change once I get to Circuit 2's? Well, oh boy. A lot. To say the least, because I'll have access to blue science at that point, and while I am slowly but surely accruing blue science techs, I can actually go back and start doing things that I have technically been able to do this entire time, but it just adds to the list of so many things that you can do at green science, such as railroads, such as upgrading. I could technically do Mark II upgrades at this point. Oh, yeah, sort of need landfill. Mark II upgrades could potentially be very important. Oh, you twitched and now you woke up. So yeah, lots of things. And this is actually probably a decent time to mention vanilla and these proposed oil changes to basic oil processing again. It was brought up by someone in the Friday Fast Facts 305, I think it's the most recent one at this point. They brought up the fact that it's not necessarily that setting up basic oil processing is complex or too many puzzles at the same time, which is their reasoning behind these changes, is there's essentially 2 puzzles going on at once when you are a new player setting up the basic oil processing for the first time. You are seeing for the first time multiple fluids as an output, as well as having to, for the first time, deal with... This is off. Huh. Fluids in a more complex way in general. With pipes, yeah, you're having to deal with pretty much learning how to handle pipes, as well as the very first thing that gives you more than one output for your inputs. And it's apparently overwhelming. Well, as it turns out, that's just one aspect of things, because new players don't just have oil that they have to deal with. And I think traditionally oil has tended to be the final thing that people do before moving on to blue science anyway. But just thinking about things... What? You are off. When you get to green science and you start unlocking the green science techs, what exactly do you have access to? that's fresh and new and exciting? Well, you get access to red belts. So you get access to red belts, you get access to steel furnaces, as well as sort of setting up your steel processing. You get access to railroads for the first time. You get medium power poles as well. So, and you can technically, you also get access to a new potential source of power through solar. So you've got a whole long list of things that you actually get access to, as well as oil. So you get a whole bunch of things related to logistics and even power generation. And then you also have oil. So part of this overwhelm that people are experiencing is just that. It's overwhelm. There's too many things to do, and oil just happens to be the most boring out of all of that. The equivalent to setting up a smelting line in terms of tedium, which, yeah, setting up a smelting line is tedious. It doesn't immediately give you any particular benefit besides making plates, which are, the plates are what get benefit from, because that you use the plates. You're directly using the plates, you're not directly using, or you're not getting as much benefit immediately when you set up the furnace lines. Alright, where is this coke? Coke! Wherefore art thou? Slowly but surely making your way up. Okay, ferrochromium alloy. Where's my car? There. The last input. So as a new player, you're suddenly getting access, or slowly getting access to a whole bunch of wonderful things all at the same time. I think a normal new player would see red belts, for instance, and think, oh, this is better. Let's make everything that I have red belts, because they are objectively a better belt than yellow. It's better, therefore everything should be it. Technically, that's not the case. Technically, that's not the case. But that's how you'll see it initially, and will want to do that. Well, that's something you have to set up. You have to set up the production of your red belts, and splitters, and undergrounds. Which, fortunately, red splitters in vanilla still use green circuits. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that those still use green circuits. It would be another matter entirely if they used reds, because that would force people into doing the actual oil at that point. If they wanted red splitters. There's also medium power poles. Again, something to make and start replacing things. And you get access to better assembling machines, the blue assembling machines at Green Science. So that's another thing to have to produce. And if they're running with biters, there's a whole wealth of extra stuff to deal with in regards to setting up defenses for biters. And it sort of all hits all at once, plus oil, as a thing that you sort of have to sit and think through the first time. And yeah, that's overwhelming. And some people just don't go past that point. Now, it was interesting, I saw someone comment in that thread about how I think it was 47% of players get an achievement that is related to getting through oil or something or other. It's like 17% launch a rocket, 47% get at least 2 oil. Or at least get past that hump of oil. But here's the thing though. Compare that to literally every other game in existence. The trend is that you actually lose the most people right at the start. Very few people actually make it through the first hour of a game. To have 47% of people make it to oil in the first place is amazing! That's awesome! They should be celebrating in the streets that so many people actually make it to that point in the game. That's astonishing that you've been able to actually hold people's attention for that long. Most games can't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, ferrochromium alloy. All the way over here. I apparently have 8 going. That is a lot of iron that you need, buddy. And a fair bit of coke, too, for graphite. Yeah. Why are you not balanced? That I think is step 1. Step 2 is figuring out where in the actual flying F am I going to be routing this. Also, why are you not moving? Right, it was contaminated. A contaminated belt was causing issues. So where am I splitting you off? The other way I'm going to have to go up with you. Might be easier here. Why do I have to go up with this one? Oh, just because the place on the belt is like way up here. Way the hell ass up here. Also, can't I start? Nah. I was gonna say, can't I start just ignoring this at this point? But no. I think we are on lane 3 here. Lane 3. Oh, that is a convenient indicator, actually. The boric acid is my indicator. However, physically getting there is going to be the problem because I've got this in the way. How does a red belt handle? It doesn't. Can't make it across with the red belt. Underground. Just because of the way I've set up the pipes, though. If I moved the small electric pole, I could jump. With a red. So I think I'll do that. That is exactly the point of red undergrounds at this point, at this phase. And also, yes, if you didn't already know, red belts are only worth using if you need their throughput generation. It will always be better to save that material cost and use yellows. Just cleaning up some belt here. I may as well just use this belt actually while it's sitting here. Yeah, red belts are only of value if you are in need of more than 15 per second. Or if you are in need of a bigger gap than 6, or than 4 on the undergrounds, if you need a bit more than that. I know this is off by a tile because of these. I'm just conserving my undergrounds. I will go down here. Now I know I left my car behind, so I will go grab my car and head right on back. Then it's all about running the belt the rest of the way, and at that point it is time to actually put down that chip shooter machine and start making circuit 2s. Yay! But yeah, there's still a bit more logistics involved with all of that, because I also need to add to the bus the optical fiber, which I'm currently actually blah 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 buffering. Buffering is the word. You don't actually exist anymore. Slash aren't moving things. And then I need a belt going all the way back down to where my science is being produced. Because then I'll have glorious and beautiful blue science to bring down. That's going to be marvelous. Also, what is this line and why is it not moving? I think it's the melamine resin? Oh, melamine resin, why is there 0? Like, I know you're slow, but why are you 0? Not enough melamine, okay. That, I know, should be your bottleneck. But... Alright, oh, okay. Yeah, there is a way around this. Ba. Actually, that should be an underflow valve, not an overflow valve. Or any valve in particular, I don't think it really matters exactly what type of valve you are. But what I do need I will go ahead and do the overflow valve and vent! Vent the ammonia to keep the cyanic acid moving. That's rather important. This uses a lot of stuff. Also, is there another way of getting cyanic acid that's better? Dolans, of course. Of course. Unfortunately, that's locked behind advanced electronics. Coal, methane, and ammonia into cyanic and hydrogen. Interesting. What about ammonia? Molybdenum and shale oil. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The urea recipe and tholins and nitrogen. Yeah, that. Yeah, I want that. I want that. I want all of that. Nitrogen, hydrogen, ammonia, and chem plant. Yes, please, yes. All the yes. Save my urea for me. Well, not much I can do about that stuff. I just did fix a issue there. See, that's one of those examples of actually checking things. That is the perfect example of how to troubleshoot a production issue that is apparently too hard for new players to grasp on an item with multiple outputs at that point in the game. Seriously, if you have issues with this, stop playing. Why are the devs even concerned about people stopping playing at that point in the game anyway? Like, why even be concerned? It's like, by that point, they're not getting refunds anymore. Not through Steam, anyway. They've played too long by that point, so why bother caring? How many negative reviews have you gotten currently in the current system for oil? Specifically concerning the complexity of oil. Like, seriously, how many negative reviews do you have? Oh, none? Over 99% or 97% positive? What is the actual thingy for Steam? Current for Factorio? Let me have a look here. Store page of Factorio. What's the current? We are overwhelmingly positive with 99% of the 3,009 user reviews being positive. Let me posit this. I predict that should the oil change that they have proposed go through in its current state as of version 305, this number of 99% from 3009 user reviews is going to dramatically change, and they may no longer be overwhelmingly positive, because everyone who owns the game will change their opinion. Also, I am going up my bus, and I'm not even bothering to run my new line. That's just like me, isn't it? I need to go up the line. Let's not even bother actually doing the whole point. Which is running this belt for the ferrochromium alloy. So yeah, why the developers are even remotely concerned at this point about the basic oil processing and their disdain of there being more than one puzzle to solve at basic oil processing is just beyond comprehension because, I mean, just basic game mechanics, like basic flow of video games dictates a more difficult experience as you progress in the game. That is fundamental, a fundamental fact, and they're concerned about two puzzles at once. Those two things do not go together. It's like, isn't that the point though? Why shouldn't there be a difficulty spike at that point in the game, approaching the quote middle of the game? There should be a difficulty spike at that point. I mean, that's nothing to complain about. Oh, hello. Hello, thing. Ooh, I might not have enough landfill on me. I don't think we've got enough landfill. Especially not when you consider I'll have to have 3 additional runs going up and down. Well, that's an issue. But it's an issue that is actually a non-issue because I have been murdering a stone patch for some time now. A windmill stone patch that, yes, is probably sufficiently dead now that I can go over and, start picking up the landfill that I have been crafting in it, off of it. The unfortunate part is that it's like all the way down at the bottom. Part of me wants rocket fuel just to make the car go. Must go faster. Must go faster. Need better go-go juice. Speaking of go-go juice. There. Overshot. Yeah, it's being sufficiently murdered at this point. Yeah, that's a much more ideal amount of, stuff and things. Much more ideal. I should probably get rid of some of this stuff in the car at some point. Not today. We have a mission. A glorious mission. Speaking of a glorious mission, while I'm here, while I'm down on the bus, I may as well just pick up either solder or the diodes and add that to the line. Now the solder is here. As you can see, I am using some of it to fill up a warehouse of tiles. I think I have a few tiles. Just a few. I think it might be about that time to paint the world. Paint the planet in aluminium tiles. These have a 210% walking speed bonus. Oh, I've also got this one completely full, so yeah. Oh boy. Lots and lots of things. I need a red. No! Stainless steel. Advanced small parts. I have you. I have you. Nylon, rubber. Do I have rubber in here? I have nylon. I don't have rubber. Dang it. Just get rid of extra stuff that I don't need. Darn it, I need so many things! I need so many things! Do I need that nickel? Don't think so. I don't want to use those red loaders. I really don't want to use those red loaders. That. Then further down is the, rubber. Glorious rubber. Rubber gets used right here. Give me those. Give me that. I want my small parts, thanks. Take that back. Give me those. Lots of iron sticks being made. Anyway, that will be wonderful. Have some nice red undergrounds. Head back up to that solder. This is why I needed that red. All rocks must die. I don't know whether or not I will want to bring this down at some point, but I'll go ahead and run this up from here. Just going to make sure that I didn't miss a spot, basically. Oh, you're getting fully consumed. Okay. Maybe it's about time to, yeah, you need 3 per second. I am making 3 per second. I mean, eventually I'm not going to need any, right? Whoops. Every time. Doink, doink, doink. Well, that should help. Probably don't have the lead to feed that, but meh. Anyway, I definitely have the tar. The tar is, without question, something I have a basically infinite amount of. Basically an infinite amount of tar. So much belt. Don't forget I still need to bring up the optical fiber as well. And I have the other one that's down. The blue science down at minimum. Oh yeah, and you know, circuit board 2's down. That's also a thing. Like, really, that's a thing as well. Let's not forget about that. Whoops. Did not intend for that. Now I have to remember everything that was actually in the car. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oops. Okay, that is a that, as they say. The more pressing need is the ferrochromium alloy. Hello, kitty. Ow. He's like stretching, and his back paws are up against my left arm. So, of course, he stretches, and that means those claws come out. Yeah. Alright, what line am I drawing now? What is the line? The next line I'm drawing. This is the next line I'm drawing. This should be moving, by the way. Buh. Die. Okay, that... I think... just leaves one more thing. The actual crafting of the circuit 2's. The countdown has ended. We can now plop down our wonderful and glorious chip shooter machine for circuit 2's. As you can see, this requires quite a few things. How many is that? Is that 10? Is that 10 by my count? Or 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are making all 10, officially. Yeah, big yawn. Big yawn, I know. I know I'm boring. Yeah. So, mixed belts are a thing. Except resistor 2s. I am hesitant because that's going to need to be scaled dramatically. The thing is, that makes it really hard doing belt-based insertion. I mean, it doesn't matter how many inputs are required if I had bots, but I don't. So, time for a how-to. Yeah, that's about as good as you're gonna get. So, doink. Actually, no. Doink, doink. Doink. Technically speaking. Yeah, that works. So, how to feed in from 3. So, if all of these are mixed, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That much is fine. The issue being, of course, these. It needs a lot of these. 3 of these. Assuming everything else isn't bottlenecked, which everything else is bottlenecked due to melamine resin. Yeah. Anyway. I have to think about how one would go about... Alright, well, think about this normally. That I would do regardless. I would have that and that. Now, if I wanted another input... Ta-da! How to add another lane. How to feed a 4th line in. Oh joy, oh bliss. Now, I know this is a little bit hard to see because of this sprite here. I will pick it up. So, this will pull in from here on this line. I jump over on the output. This line doesn't need to have anything happen to it, so that's perfectly fine. So that's about as complex and convoluted I am willing to go here. And that maintains... That's how I'll put it. It maintains my sanity. Yeah, that's how I'll put that. That's how I will say that. Maintains my sanity. So, this line, of course, being the furthest away, and on a corner as well, I am going to make sure, technically because I don't have other chip shooter machines here, it can just terminate there just fine. I'm going to make it the circuits and the printed circuit substrate line. I'm gonna make, like, this be this, although... Alright, I'll do that. Because it works and it's simple. Aww. I heard that groan. Am I really that boring to you, kitty? That you literally are groaning at me? Okay. Guess I need to bring the optical fiber too. And the, well, I need these the rest of the way, clearly. Logistics time! It's always time for logistics time. Would help if I had belt. Gosh, circuit board 1s are simple compared to, 2s. Haha. Haha. Like, I feel like I can just stick circuit board 1s anywhere and be fine with it. Yeah, I know the optical fiber's up there, but I sort of need more belt at this point. Here, take all that away. And that. So I'm just gonna pick up more belt, then bring the optical fiber up. Don't think I need to bring much of anything else. Pretty sure we've run that. Oh, and I have to finish bringing up the solder. That's the other thing. 'Tis the other thing, and then everything that I've just made has to go up as well. You there. Mine. Up we go. More coffee. I am still only drinking the 2 cups of coffee a day at this point. Meaning that this is a cold cup of coffee right now. Hasn't impacted me as badly as I was expecting it to. Still managed to earn what I needed to earn yesterday to, you know, live. Continue my existence without issues. By the way, what else is needed for them thar chemical science packs? Oh look, it's rubber. And tinned cable. Okay. So I guess I really should put tinned cable on the bus. If it's going to be used for a science pack. Why? Why I do this? Why I do this? What are you even? 4th line, right. Why I do this? This is dumb. This be super dumb. Take away stuff from me, please. That. All of those can die. Horrible deaths in fire and brimstone. Remove the contamination. Better. Much better. Oh my. Alright. Cool beans. This is okay. Everything is fine. No fire and brimstone here to worry about. Wait, what are you? Why still no solder? Why still no solder? I double your solder protection capacity and still no solder? You what, mate? Wherefore art thou? Where are solder? Oh, sawdo. La dee dee da dee 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 doo, going up. Give me more iron, please. More iron. For more undergrounds. To the optical fiber! And solder! So, clearly, I don't think I'm going to ever bring this one down, but anyway. Stop. What? Huh? No collision box on water well pumps, aka offshore pumps. Duh. Huh? No collision box, but a unbuildable tile. Sure. Totally believable. Going up. Should probably be doing a double lane for this, but oh wells. Down we go. Gonna need to do this a few times. Actually, I should be doing a triple landfill lane, because it's gonna be circuits and blue science. But anyway. Up we go! Also, I should at least give some thought as to what will combine with what on these belts. And where? What combines with what and where? So. Is there anything else that needs 0.4? No. Oh, yes, solder. Hey, that's convenient. So those will, of course, share a belt between the optical fiber and the solder. I will also be sharing a belt between these two. Those will be this very tip-top, quote, fourth line. The diodes and the microchips should share a line. That's 3 lines? Let me think about this a bit more. So, that's that line. I guess these two are this line. These two are this line. That just leaves choosing between, I guess, transistors and inductor 2s will share a line, and then capacitor 2s will be by themselves. Capacitor 2s will be by themselves, huh? Well, they happen to be right here. Yeah, 1 per second on the capacitor 2s. They'll be right there. How convenient. Next! I need to bring up this line, which will be our transistors and inductor 2s. So transistor and inductor 2, I would like them to be on this plane, this line. No car, please go away. So it's these guys. And conveniently enough, I think the transistors are right below. Yeah. Hey, isn't that convenient? This is not particularly convenient. I guess by very nature of how I have things routed here, you have to go up on this part. Hey, it's a mixed line. A conveniently mixed line. And then I did mention something about diodes and microchips sharing a line. So hey, it's diodes. And microchips sharing a line. I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. Just go up. Up, up, then away! Yeah, that's that. And then printed circuit substrate 2 and circuit board 1. So printed circuit substrate 2 is a lot further back. It's right here. I'm thinking that this one... Yeah, this one's gonna be right here. Also, I will probably want my car. And I'm going to be needing a lot of undergrounds. Down we go. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Here's our PCB2s. You just have to hook up this lane and then one more. And then we'll have some non-zero amounts of circuit board 2s, which I think I am immediately going to use to make productivity modules to shove right smack back into the chip shooter machine for the circuit board 2s. Whoops. Because you can see how many materials it takes to make circuit board 2s. I would like to stretch that as much as possible. Even if it means making another chip shooter machine to make up for the speed. Almost there. Actually, you know what? I can go over at this point. Really? How do I have an odd number? Somehow. Somehow I ended up with an odd number. Alright, we've arrived. I want this lane. Alright, so technically speaking, that has to come here. I'm going to have the output be that. How you doing? Just fine. Okay. Our final line. And we'll have done it. Our final line is a mixed belt between these two items. Now, I will note that we are the 4th lane and the 1st lane. So, usually, I would do something along the lines of this. But that makes things supremely awkward. Because it's doable, yes. So I'll do that. Yes, that's the correct spacing. And here we go. Optical fiber and solder are on their way. They're on their way. Let's help out a little bit. I should have solder on me. Yes. Just drop off the rest of this. Follow it down the line, because there's nothing better to do. What the hell am I going to do for the rest of the stream outside of setting up blue science? That, I don't know. I don't know. I just need the one machine on the blue science. I can sort of hack my way to make it. Although, I guess technically I have to run the rubber all the way up. Or I could just make more locally. Bring up the, oil and such. Alright, there's the, solder. And then as this catches up, there's the optical fiber. We're moving, and non-zero amounts of circuit twos. We did it! Screenshot that business. We did it. Not only did we do it, but we did a belt-based base to get to circuit twos without a single robot to get to this point. Without any logistics, robotics at all. This is the base getting to circuit twos and blue science. So, also I need a radar. Right about there is fine. I need that radar. So huzzah! It's happened! Say hello to the beautiful Circuit 2s. They are amazing, and I love them. Start that beautiful buffer. So, I mentioned that one of the very first... Ooh, hello. Yeah, that's a thing now. Oh boy, so yeah, all of a sudden, just massive explosion of a whole bunch of different things that are now currently available to us, including Mark II of the everything. Yes, Mark II of the literally everything is now capable of being crafted. Jigs can get crafted now for the better titanium processing through molten titanium. Uh, but also importantly, these guys exist. I can now make modules. Why is that important? Oh, hello. I'll get back to that. Gonna get back to you on that one. Oh, that's so nice. This feels so good, by the way. This feels amazing, being able to do this. Just for reference, it's awesome. It's also 4 times slower. It's also moving at a quarter of the speed. But that actually makes things nice because I can expand this to 4. Like, I can just have 4 with 6 productivity modules in each of them. That sounds fine to me, actually. And then the productivity is 4% each, so 24%. We're getting about a quarter extra. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Oh, the beautiful circuit twos. Oh my, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Now, unfortunately, I can't just handcraft more chip shooter machines because they require the printed circuit substrate 1 to make. Is there a Mark II chip shooter? I don't think so, at least not currently available. But regardless, we did it. It's a thing that has happened. We've now progressed more than the majority of people playing Pyanodon's mods have ever made. Made it to. The extreme vast majority. I just want to take a moment to, like, just breathe and bask in this moment of it's beautiful. It's so beautiful and pretty and but power though. What is happening? Something water and steam, I guess, being butt munches. Most likely. They're running out of combustion mixture here, which is telling of a bottleneck happening at some point in these machines. Because they should be perfectly to ratio, and oh, hello. That would be a problem. That means no phosphoric acid being produced, no phosphine gas being produced. That means these won't last very long. So, about that blue science. Doink. This tab. Doink. Yeah, whatever. Iron? Okay. Of all the things, iron. Alright. Optical... Optical fiber... 5 items. I need to do a mixed belt. Probably optical and rubber will be the mixed belt. Right up there. Optical fiber. Okay, so I can get the optical fiber up, but I can't do it with a filter because that would prevent any from progressing down here. I mean, well, technically, actually, yes, I could. It just means using another splitter. Here, and then down, and then up. Boink, boink, boink. That will be rubber. Speaking of rubber, hello? Oh, right. Tinned cable. Tinned cable. Up we go. There's that. We have bootstrapped our first chemical science pack. Isn't that right, kitty? It's glorious and wonderful and beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful chemical science packs. Hello. Beautiful, beautiful things. I like that. A lot. Rubber involves what now? There is a much better recipe. Hello, or just add organic solvent. Alright. Good to know. Something tells me that this is the best recipe in an ionic upgrader, huh? 40 rubber per craft for 3 carbon black. Some polybutadiene, some styrene, and dimethyl sulfide. Hello. Fertilizer! What? You what, mate? Yeah, not happening. Styrene is doable. Ethylene is doable. That will increase. Wow, that is a huge increase. I mean, you double your productivity just by adding organic solvent, but sheesh, this. Alright. I will be taking a break, and I will be back very shortly, where we will start working on. I'll just bring my current belt of rubber all the rest of the way up to run into this chemical science pack assembling machine, and then I will route the science back to my labs. Then I will start addressing the power situation and everything else that's about to go to hell because stuff is moving again. So, yeah, I will be back shortly. Welcome back. I have returned from my break. So, we need rubber. A permanent supply of rubber. Or shall we say, a more permanent supply of rubber. For beautiful blue science. Also, before I forget, it's probably a good idea for me to just continuously make productivity modules. That sounds like a plan. A glorious plan indeed. And then start, well, of course not using one of these assembling machines, because they don't take the right stuff. Actually, you, how many thingies do you take? One. One is better than 0. So, yeah, you win. And that means I will be definitely doing that. It doesn't add a lot, of course. It does increase energy consumption by 40% for a 4% productivity increase, which, you know what, that's not actually going to be worth it in the slightest. However, having 6 of these going, yeah, that's really nice. Point of reference, productivity module 2s, yeah, that figures. That figures. And then 3s. Oh. Well. That's exciting. Oh, and I can apparently make automated factory 2s. Hello, 2. How many, module slots do you have? I'm betting on 2. Well, regardless, I have to run the, rubber up here. Rubber does have a spot on my bus, so I am not concerned about that. What I am concerned about, though... A, I need another chip shooter machine. B, I'm running out of power, which is a big, big problem. This is after increasing my net power by 36 megawatts or so. 36.5 net. But it appears as if that's being all used now. It's a shame. Yeah, this is just a result of the power being dead. Which line is my rubber line again? That's activated carbon. Rubber is somewhere. Here. I will pick up some additional belt, which, of course, the belt is also using my rubber. What is my organic solvent looking like? If I had more bone meal to feed it, it would be a lot better than what it is. What do... Seriously? Only 12.5. Like, that is beyond simple. Yeah, you should definitely have enough productivity for that. So now I have doubled my rubber production. Pretty much. Depending on how the organic solvent handles it. So bone meal. Please take that away. Must have more Ulrich corrals. Must butcher more horses. Also, where's my glue factory? I want my glue factory. Ulrich are in here. I can just make some. Yeah, 5 now. How much bone meal are you consuming again? In that single thingy? How much did it say? 6 per second? What in the actual F? What in the actual flying F and F? F? Yeah, salt. Time to get salty. Like, no question about it. Time to get a little salty in this. That's probably not the best place for you. Yeah, you just add salt. I have salt. Salt is on the menu. The problem is getting the salt here. Yeah, that is the primary concern, is just getting the salt. Hello, salt. I would like you... I guess it's possible to do, Alright, what is the actual line I wish to draw? This one. Ew. That sucks. Oh, iron. Yes, I know it's sort of, irrelevant that I'm doing this when I'm out of power, basically. But I need to do it anyway. Oh, I am no longer out of power, somehow. You all are going to accept salt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's a bit more bone meal per second. That's a bit more. How many are you gonna take to get to 6? 15! Oh my gosh. Actually, at 6, it's 2.4 Relesia. Barely making enough, but it's enough. Is there, like, another recipe for Relesia? Most likely. Oh, there's, a better building. Mark II. For Relesia. Where it lives, I don't know. With all these icons here. Unless I just don't have access to it yet. Mark II. Oh! It doesn't exist. Alright. Fine. Be that way. All the bone meal. Just add salt licks. For the horses. As you butcher them mercilessly. Well, that should help. On organic solvent. And therefore on rubber. Yeah, because something tells me this has vastly slowed down because of the lack of, bone meal. Any hoozle. Time to route some rubber. Time to root some rubber. We've got circuit 2s and it feels amazing. You pick up that lead, lest it contaminate. You chemical science packs. Not chemical, but military. Oh, the mill science. Oh. Hey, that's actually convenient. Actually, it's slightly inconvenient. I need to do that. And then I have to sort of drain that outside lane. Distractions are real. Distractions are real. I have to... Yeah, I am going to be transferring what lane that chemical... that mill science is on, so that my chemical science can take its place. And I can actually use this lane, instead of having to add a completely new lane to the bus as I run my chemical science. Alright, A, that shouldn't exist. So what is the easy way of switching what lane you're on? I don't think there's a particularly easy way outside of temporarily doing that. But I mean, that doesn't actually truly help matters. Alright, I think that this might be a job for filter inserter. A beautiful filter inserter. Let's get rid of some of this crap. This crap in my inventory. Utterly useless crap. Also, bum 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 bum. Convenience. Utter convenience. Always productivity in labs. For reference. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and fix the contamination. Oh, I know. That still won't solve the immediate problem, but anyway. La da dee dee da do do do. Picking up all of this evil gray science. Just because I need to transfer the lane. Actually, I should be doing this the other way around, shouldn't I? I should be, like, all the way down the bus to pick this up, but meh. I'll let it come to me. How much of this am I gonna have to deal with? How much more? A lot more, okay. Well, this is an important step along the path to glorious things. What else do we have access to? Of course, the Mark II versions of every single machine that we're using to process ores. So what does that mean? Well, because I have set up basically every single area of ore processing, almost all of it, to be able to process a full yellow belt of ore into whatever plates and such as the outputs. That means that, generally speaking, all of these go up by, like, doubling their crafting speed. Since they tend to double the crafting speed for each of the various types of things, at least I would assume that it doubles the crafting speed. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case with the ball mills. That would have to go up to 3 to double. Yeah, that doesn't go up. But anyway, it increases the crafting speed. So it makes it a little bit easier to go from the yellow belt into red belts in of ore without changing too awfully much, but it does change some of the ratios, unfortunately, on number of machines required. And then, of course, there's the ability to start shoving in modules that will also impact things. How much more we got here? A lot, most likely. Yeah, my inventory. That's a thing that I need to consider. More. Even more. Even more. Yeah. Inventory. My inventory is getting clogged with contamination. Maybe I shouldn't even just bother thinking about it and just pick up literally all of it. Literally all of the things. And then eventually the inside lane will appear. We'll catch up, shall we say. We're not too far off, actually, on the on this outside lane to be cleaned up. Of course, once it is cleaned up, as I had said, it means I will have a clean lane with which to shove my chemical science packs. My blue science! And from here, we should have access to Mark II cooling towers now, as well as combustion turbines and Mark II powerhouses, wherever those ended up. Here, Mark II power... Wow! Red belts. Okay. That's a thing. Mark II powerhouses, huh? I mean, it's convenient. I like it. I like what I'm seeing here. Pick up some of my rubber and some of my stainless steel and some of my glass and we'll be good. Yes? Yes. That might actually solve some of my current issues. Same with the combustion turbines, so I want to go grab all of the circuit board 2s that I have that exist and start getting some upgraded thingies. We're migrating to Mark IIs. Aww. If I didn't have to hold F, paying all the respects to pick up all of this stuff, I would just move the camera to point at the kitty. Unfortunate that I need to pay all of my respects to pick up what's on this lane. We're almost there, though. We're almost there. We're almost clean. Come on. Tempting to make the game speed 200%, but I haven't done that yet, I think. At least not to any significant degree on this save. Almost 117 hours on this save. We have finally started making blue science. But now it's all about just the logistics of setting up blue science, so... Oh joy. Oh bliss. More logistics. Stop getting pushed over so I can only pick up the one lane. that I may only pick up the one lane. By the way, does he have, like, Mark II labs and such? Better labs? Because that would be great as well. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. Oh yeah, wasn't I, like, carrying around a little bit of the blue science, or did I just not pick any up? I don't think I picked any up. Unfortunate. And I'm not carrying around any optical fiber or diodes either. Or diodes, or rubber. Come on, hurry it up. Hurry it up. Still can't believe I just made a completely belt-based... a belt-based circuit to base. Alright. Goodbye. Goodbye, you will not be missed. Yeah, got some of that. Got these. Head on over, run up my rubber, run, I guess, down the line for the blue science. Whatever is this line here. I'm seeing non-zero amounts, and that's all I really care about. Yeah, you woke up. You have awoken? Alright, you're going back to sleep. Ugh. Why? Why I do this? Making me fix everything? Actually, what I don't like is that you pick up everything that's on the belt when you put down the undergrounds. That is what I don't like at all. I wish I could just tell it not to do that. But the stuff has to go somewhere. Which is the unfortunate part. It has to be that way. Wish it couldn't be that way, but oh hi. Yes, that is a car. That is a vehicle. That should be moved out of the way. Like, right there. My car finder has worked today, it seems. Like, yes, game, that is a vehicle. Wow, this entire thing I have just determined doesn't exist. This is a 4 lanes of belt that I have just ignored its existence the entire time. In the placing of my undergrounds. Looks like that's going this direction. Of course not. Yeah, I have clearly just determined that this is not a thing that exists. And of course, also in the wrong direction. Why did it say it was full and then let me... Probably... Ah, I went under 50, that's why. Hey, you exist. That one exists, but... Like, nothing else cares that this is a thing. Oh, hey, more. You, and you, and you. Wow, this is going to take a lot longer than I initially anticipated because I need to fix this. Like, really? Why did I think that this was fine? Alright, so arrows are pointing in that direction. Actually, I have to pay attention to the direction of the arrows on the undergrounds. In case you didn't know, the underground belts have chevrons that point in the direction that things are moving. It's a very small detail that makes all of the difference. Jeez, I'm gonna go through every underground that I have. And then some. Wait. Oh, right. Guess that makes sense. Ugh. Dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. Also, the F... Like, really? Do things properly, please. Actually, I think this is pipe. No, that's pipe. That means this is... This is belt. So again... Something else that's not done right. Why? All of the things must die, please. See, I did it with the with the optical fiber. I got that space done. Oh, hi. Yeah, you there. Ah, now, see, that's a better problem to have. Oh, thank goodness, we have arrived. Ka. Going up. My only concern right now is getting the landfill moved upwards. You can see that there are a lot more underground belts that need to happen. Way too many undergrounds that need to happen on the way. Probably don't want to do this in the car. Oh hey, the rubber caught up. Time to contaminate my inventory with a lot more stuff. Getting a little bit tired of contamination. At least that should clear my inventory for a little bit. Going up. Is that the spacing? Of course not. Of course not. Unless I'm just off the whole time. All these things. I know it's my own fault for not doing the undergrounds to begin with, but... boy. I wanted to save the, materials. There, I did it. That is blue science automated. Although I shouldn't do it in this machine. Also, give me these. This is the machine. Give it power. Tell it to do the proper recipe. And that will be that. So, I wanted to give it the automated factory, A, because it gives up to 1 chemical science per second for the inputs, but also because it has actual module slots. That is the idea here. I'm so very grateful for the modules. The wonderful, glorious, beautiful modules. Alright, what the heck is the lane for this? Going down. Mill science is where? Mill science is where? Is here. This is the line next to sulfur. I need a better marker, actually. But I do know that it's the line next to sulfur, so we've got a ways. Sulfur. Yeah, that's a way to do that. Now, these should always... Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. I am totally doing this on both lanes. I need to stop immediately. I, was on autopilot. I do apologize. This needs to only be on the outside lane. Must only exist on the outside lane. There'll be some more that come popping down, but anyway, and then this is the what lane? First lane. To make things just that much more annoying. Time to run this down. Beautiful landfill. All of the landfill. Then I need to think about what research I want first. Because holy crap, so many things are open now. I mean, I think clearly I want inventory space. If I have another tool belt upgrade available, it doesn't look like I do right now. Huh, I can unlock circuit board 3s! When I can't even make the processors, or resistor 3s, or cap 3s, or SMD diodes. Yeah, it's like, you took all this time to get to circuit board 2s, and it's like, now what? Actually, there's a lot of now what at this point. It's actually probably going to be just a little bit overwhelming. I do need to pick up advanced electronics, which is not advanced electronics 2, but advanced electronics 1, because that unlocks a lot. Also, substations would be nice, but super steel. Advanced oil processing, gives me cracking. And that's about it. What is involved doesn't tell me what the actual recipe is on the utility science. Sadly. What do I need to get into? Oh, yeah, this is an important one. Excavation 2. That's very important. That's incredibly important. And will be on the agenda. But where is you? What do I need for you? Fuel production. So I guess fuel production is next. So what happens with advanced electronics? Well, apparently a crap ton of recipes unlock. Oh gosh, yes, the ammonia, the important ammonia recipe from nitrogen and hydrogen, as well as the cyanic acid recipe from ammonia and methane, as well as heavy p-doped processors, some phosphate glass, fiberglass. So basically the things that you need to make circuit board 3s unlock here. But also importantly, I can now make bone meal out of bones and meat. Okay. Plastic out of nylon and refined synglass. Some fertilizer recipes. Coal briquettes out of coal dust, bones, and heavy oil. Those have a huge fuel value associated with them. That would be amazing to start making. Big phosphate mines unlock. Yeah, that would be ideal. I would need to make control units for that. That would be the one thing I don't currently have automated, is the control units. Oh boy, we get to start actually tapping the big nodes at this point, don't we? But more importantly, also, advanced electronics unlocks the ability to get modular armor. And then power armor. Modular armor, of course, circuit board 2s and steel, we have that. Power armor, probably circuit board 3s, so that will take a little bit longer. But yeah, modular armor will be a thing. What would I even need it for? Belt immunity equipment. Like, duh. Belt immunity equipment. That's number one. Number one thing. Anyway, so yeah, that would be fuel production is first on the agenda. Now, what do we really get here? We get a sulfuric acid recipe from petroleum gas, water, and acid gas. That is nice. Olefins from Nextlit and Refined, or straight from aromatics. That sounds handy. That sounds really handy. Also the reverse. So we can get petroleum gas from olefins and carbon dioxide. Isn't that interesting? Lots of ways to go back and forth. A refined syngas from petroleum gas and chromium. I like the way that I'm currently doing it, though. And of course, petroleum from aromatics and hydrogen. I can now burn better fuel rods, as well as, make fuel rods. I can actually make Mark 1 fuel rods. Don't know so much about the Mark 2s, because that's uranium. But anyway. Well, that, as they say, will be that. I have to, finish running the belt. I don't actually have enough belt on me. Where's my car? Car is there. Let's go get car. And get belts from car. Belt! So, as per usual, I will also have to do freaking undergrounds, because this stuff is in my way. Some of this does really sting to get rid of, by the way. And yes, I'm just gonna end up picking up most, if not all of it, all over again, but by that point I will ideally have less. I'll have used more of the stacks from the belts and my undergrounds. Hopefully. Hopefully that's the case. All this stuff for circuit 2s. It's really amazing. And we've got a lot of things that need to be taken care of once I do get this line fully run. Because, I am all out of phosphate. Phosphate rocks. That will definitely be one of the next things on the agenda. Setting up a new area for phosphate mining. Speaking of which, where would I tap this? So speaking of which, I have, like, a patch here, and it's not that big of a fuss. I also have a big phosphate rock out here at 4.9 mil. I've also got phosphate right over here. So yeah, that I'm not worried about not having rocks to tap for phosphate. Not worried in the slightest. Car! Come thither. Help me do things faster. Also, please. Alright. I am... Right, I didn't have it engaged. My nanobots. Die, rocks. Gee, how bad have I been this whole time? Probably have been very bad. Oh, really? Okay. Splitters. Yeah, those need to exist. Fortunately, I shouldn't have to worry anymore. Oh, that's wrong. Fix it as you see it. That's all you need to do. Fix it as you see it. Cough. I said, fix it as you see it. Fortunately, that should be the end of it. Wait, what? What? Ah, okay. Okay. You win. You win, game. You win. So about that. This is not the first line. This is the third line. And I just messed everything up. This is the third line. Which means sulfur. Yeah, sulfur is the fourth line. Am I really gonna go back and fix all of it? Hell no. What happened to fix it as you see it? Shut up. So, congratulations, that is the beautiful chemical science packs all sorted. Next! What is next? In the last, like, 9 minutes. Uh, looks like some stuff backed up. So power isn't as much of an issue. But, speaking of which... I want Mark II! I want my Mark II stuff. So give me some beautiful, glorious super steel. Not super steel, stainless steel. Bring me my stainless steel. My wonderful, glorious, beautiful stainless steel. That feels good. Stainless steel, concrete, glass, iron. Well, glass is simple and iron is simple, so that's right over here. I'll go to where I have things buffered. Where's my glass? Glass. Buffer. Iron. Hello, Mark II thingies. I apparently need rubber for you. Concrete for you. Right, so... this is the unfortunate loop that we're going to run into. You need power to make the coke to feed the power. Fortunately, it seems I have enough coke coming in currently, but we've got a major problem down here. So remember what I said about wanting to transition over to fully renewable coal and coke. Bear that in mind. That will be a mission going forward. A mission made a little bit easier by having Mark II buildings now. I should have a spot where I am automating this. That gives me cooling towers, Mark II. I do need rubber. Rubber for the fast transport belts. Where did I just park my car? Back there. I think the rest of this is going to be me gathering ingredients for things like advanced small parts now. I probably should start automating the advanced small parts. That sounds like an idea, anyway. Going to grab rubber. Oh, I can automate so many things now, as well. I think It's about damn time to do logistics bots. Think it's about that time, eh? Got through Circuit 2s without using bots. Think it's about that time to set up bots. Be it past time to set up bots. In all actuality. I just tend to not particularly like how bases end up looking that are bot-based. That is not rubber. This is rubber. How much rubber are you going to need me to pick up just for a single powerhouse upgrade? Alright. So, because electrolysis machines now have the Mark 1 electrolysis machines are now twice as efficient, well, have twice the crafting speed. That means I should be pretty darn inundated with as much hydrogen as I could ever want or desire on the planet right now. Meaning I should be able to do the Mark II upgrades to my hydrogen-based power plant area zone right down hither. Now, I'm assuming that the Mark II footprint on the powerhouses don't change, but I'm pretty sure that the cooling tower does, and the combustion turbine does as well. MKO2. That is unfortunate, but that's just a thing. So it goes up to 350 that it's able to take care of, and then this... Oh, come on. Bunch of BS. Then I'm just gonna assume that the Powerhouse Mark II is the exact same footprint. So, let's compare. Makes 100 versus 50, so yeah, it is making twice as much stuff and consuming twice as much stuff, so not really as much of a difference, but the difference is... Yeah, so energy consumption, 300 kilowatts versus 200 kilowatts, so it's only a 50% increase on energy consumption, which means it's not consuming as much coke to operate. That's what that means. Also, you have an input and output on the exact same side, and that is not okay. Like, come on, man. Anyway. Cooling tower. Also, I probably need to hook this up again to water. Feed a bit more. Might need more water in here. So this is now making 200 units per second. This guy... efficiency goes way up. Still 60 on the fluid consumption. Max power output 56.1. Hell yeah. Excuse me? You can't freaking rotate the fluid boxes on this? What is this insanity? You can't even rotate the fluid boxes on the thingy! What is up with that? Ooh, that's pretty. Also, I know it can feed itself, or pass through, but I'm doing this. Why? Because I can. And I think we've got enough combustion mixture anyway, so... yeah, that's a thing. I like those lights. It is now 1:02. It's a little bit past where we need to end off for the day. The upgrading has begun! So let's review. Let us review and let us celebrate. For today, I finished setting up, or I set up resistor 3s at A ratio to make wonderful and glorious circuit 2s that I then used to make a bunch of productivity modules that cut the machine's speed down to a quarter of what it used to be, while also increasing its energy consumption by 240% just so I could get a 24% bonus productivity. But considering the amount of materials that it requires to feed into this thing, that's well worth it. In fact, I want 4 chip shooter machines to get the speed back, all with productivity modules, to get my 1 per second. And then, yeah, it's, beautiful, beautiful blue science is being made now. We've got actual non-zero progress towards our first blue science tech of fuel production. So all of this got the logistics sorted for it, and everything is moving. And that about covers it. That took the whole stream. Pretty much, just doing that. And now that I have circuit board 2s, it's time to scale and do upgrades and ignore every new mechanic that Blue Science introduces to spend the next several weeks to 2 to 4 months finishing off what Green Science gave us and doing all the upgrades that Green Science technically gave us. Including upgrading this hydrogen plant, because I need more power. I need all of the power. I need to transition to pure renewable power. Purely renewable power is what I need next, and I need purely renewable coal to feed my coke line here, and I need to upgrade everything to Mark II. Everything will be Mark II! Slowly but surely. And it shall start with power. It needs to start with power. So, with that, again, thank you all for watching this been Otaku Showboat. If you are watching the VOD for this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow and to get notifications for when I go live every day, Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. Eastern Time, US. I hope to see you all on the next one.